Hello, this is my video discussion for ions in the body. We're going to start with potassium. The relationship is major intracellular cation. Medical importance is it's essential for transmission and conduction of the nerve impulses, normal cardiac rhythms, and skeletal and smooth muscle contraction. Interactions of the ions in the body is concentration maintained by the Na plus and K plus pump. Regulates the intracellular electrical neutrality in relation to the Na pump and the Na plus and H plus pump, or whatever. Hypokalemia is the membrane hyperpolarization causes a decrease in neuromuscular excitability, skeletal weakness, smooth muscle atony, and cardiac dysrhythmias. Hyperkalemia is hypopolarized membrane causing neuromuscular irritability. It's tingling of the lips and fingers, restlessness, intestinal cramping, and diarrhea. For chloride, the relationship is the primary extracellular fluid and ion. Interactions of the ions in the body provides electroneutrality. Medical importance helps control and regulate blood volume, blood pressure, and the pH of the blood. Hypochloremia, signs and symptoms: fatigue, muscle weakness, excessive thirst, dry mucous membranes, and high blood pressure. Hypochloremia, fluid loss, dehydration, weakness or fatigue, difficulty breathing, diarrhea, vomiting caused by fluid loss. For sodium, the relationship is primary extracellular fluid cation. Interactions of the ions in the body regulates osmotic forces. Regulates osmotic forces. Medical importance is neuromuscular irritability, acid-base balance, and cellular reactions. Hyponatremia is nausea, vomiting, headache, confusion, fatigue, restlessness, irritability, muscle weakness, seizures, and coma. Hyponatremia, intracellular dehydration, convulsions, pulmonary edema, hypotension, tachycardia, etc. For calcium, the relationship is most calcium is located in the bone as hydroxyapatite. Medical importance, necessary for structure of bones and teeth, blood clotting, hormone secretion, and cell receptor function. Interactions of ions in the body regulated by three hormones: the parathyroid hormone, vitamin D, and calcitonin. With hypercalcemia, it increases the block of Na into the cell, decreased neuromuscular excitability, muscle weakness, increased bone fractures, kidney stones, and constipation. Hypocalcemia decreases the block of sodium into the cell, increased neuromuscular excitability, and muscle cramps. With phosphate, the relationships, like calcium, most phosphate, 85% of it, is also located in the bone. Medical importance, necessary for high energy bonds located in creatinine, phosphate, and ATP, and acts as an anion buffer. Interactions of ions in the body, calcium and phosphate concentrations are rigidly controlled, regulated by the PTH, vitamin D, and calcitonin. Hyperphosphatemia, see hypocalcemia, has high levels of phosphate, are related to low calcium levels. Hypophosphatemia is signs and symptoms: osteomalacia, muscle weakness, bleeding disorders, anemia, leukocyte alterations, and antacid binds phosphates. Last but not least, we have magnesium. The relationships are intracellular cation. Medical importance, acts as a cofactor in protein and nucleic acid synthesis reactions. the interactions in the body required for ATP phase activity, decreases acetylcholine release at the neuromuscular junction. Hypomagnesia signs and symptoms are associated with hyper and hypocalcemia, neuromuscular irritability, tetany, convulsions, and hyperactive reflexes. Hypermagnesium is skeletal muscle depression, muscle weakness, hypotension, respiratory depression, lethargy, drowsiness, and bradycardia.